What do you want? Like, what do you really want? I think oftentimes the narrative in Christianity is that we are supposed to deny our desires. What we want is bad and we need to stuff it. When really, I think if we're honest, our real problem is that we don't interrogate our desires. We don't think about what it is that we really want. Because often a lot of the things that we're chasing, which are ultimately not going to be good for us, underneath them, if we dig down enough, we can find that there's actually a healthy desire there that's been misshapen. And even if we could just shift our trajectory a couple degrees, what we would find is that over the course of a lifetime, we would end in a very different place. Often, following the way of Jesus is not about denying our desires. It's about interrogating them well enough so that we can understand what it is we really want from life and how we can chase what is good for us.
Paul's question in the first half of chapter 3 is really this: are your desires leading to more goodness, more peace, more flourishing for you and the people around you? If so, lean into them. Give it more energy. But if not, it's time to recalibrate. And again, I think it's really important to understand this moment if we want to get Paul's argument in this letter. He's not saying, look, you're dirty little monkeys who do bad things, and you need to be scolded into compliance. He's actually saying, you're a human person who gets to decide where you will point your life. And an important part of that is asking yourself, is what you want good? Is it good for you? Is it good for your neighbor? Is what you want good for the world around you? And if the answer is no, then the honest next step is to learn to want differently. Now, maybe you say to me, well, I can't do that. Like, I can't just change my desires on a whim. The heart wants what it wants, or else it does not care. That's Emily Dickinson, by the way, not Selena Gomez. But my answer to that is nonsense. Because I think when we tell ourselves that we can't change our desires, what we really often mean is that we refuse to interrogate them properly. For example, I think often we think what we want is money, and what we really want is security, right? Or what we think we want is pornography, but what we really want is intimacy. What we think we want is celebrity, but what we really want is to be known. Or better said, just to have friends. And if we could slow down enough to actually interrogate our desires, to decide if they're pointed at what is actually good for us, and then if not, maybe even shift them just a couple degrees, what we might find is that we actually want something very different for our lives than we thought we did, than what we thought we had been chasing. Because what we really want is peace. That's what Paul tells us. Again, probably better said here, shalom. That Hebrew sense that involves more than just an absence of conflict, but it means wholeness and an integrated sense of self, a thread that runs through every facet of our lives. And often that thread runs counter to a lot of the surface desires we spend a lot of our time chasing. That's what Paul's trying to bring to the surface here. Not more lists for you to live by, but an honest evaluation of what you want for yourself and for those near you, given everything you believe about the cosmos.